Hi, y'all. Hi, Kiki Eyes. Hi, Pam. Hi, Eve. Anybody that I've missed, you guys know I'm always afraid to touch the screen because I will block somebody or time them out rather than it's hi, Carrie. It's exactly what the title says, as usual. I'm putting together a pot roast, and it's a bullshit chat. So, hey, I just wanted to go live. Carrie, honey, how is the signal? Hi, Poppy Red Mustang. I wanted to go live for just a little bit. I got kind of a low charge, so we won't be on long. But does it look okay? It looks good? Okay, good deal. Hi, Susan Bezio. I wanted to go live. Okay, how do I say this? To get my mind out of the cesspool that I have been invested in on YouTube this morning. A lot of ugly stuff going on in another neighborhood. One that I never see you guys in. Hi, Patty Ponytail. So I won't tax your emotions or your time about that other than to say this. I feel like I need to take a stand in a particular matter. So I'm going to. And then I'm going to get this pot roast going. That backlight's not so good, is it? Let me see if I can block it. So, in the community here on YouTube that I have been a viewer and listener of for probably nigh on a year. And I have a particular reason for being there. There's something important going on that ultimately could legally impact all YouTubers, at least in the United States. Okay? It's a major legal issue that has to do with First Amendment rights. As you guys know, in any community on YouTube, you may be there for a particular reason, but while you're there for that reason, there's other stuff going on. There's a lot of drama in the community that I have been hanging out in the chats of. Yes, I just ended a sentence with a preposition. Let's go on. Let's see. Hi, Connie Thomas. I'm doing really well, sweetheart. Hi, Mimi Jean. Hi, Mechanic Mama. Okay, if I'm missing you, babies, if I don't have these readers on, everything's a blur. It's a Monet painting. Okay. So I've been trying to think this morning how to concisely say what I want to say on a live stream to my viewers in regard to something that has come up in that drama community over the last couple of days. I want to make it clear to anyone and everyone who sees this or hears it. I stand firmly and solidly with, beside, and in support of a YouTube creator known as Elevated Truth Podcast. I have great respect for the man. He is very transparent, very open. He's also very funny. One of the things Elevated Truth podcast has been honest about. Okay, trigger warning, okay? Is that when he was 4 years old, he was sexually molested. I'm not going to say the names of the creators that I'm holding in such great disdain this morning, because I'm not going to give them any free advertisement. Or maybe I will. Put a name on it. Moon. Those associated with one known as Moon here on the tubes. A close associate of, allegedly, in my opinion, with Brittany J. Actually, I believe she was a moderator, and others of their ilk, such as David, who on YouTube is known as Sinner. Please don't go to these channels. Please do not. For your own mental health, please don't. But this woman, Moon, the other night on a live stream, thought it was funny. Her chat, including Brittany J., thought that Elevated Truth's rape at the age of 4 was something to be made fun of, to create content from, while using some of the nastiest, foul language that I, who cusses like a sailor, have ever heard in my motherfucking life. A woman who, out of her own mouth, has told the world on YouTube that she made pornographic material with her mother, thinks it's funny that Elevated Truth podcast, as a 4-year-old boy, was raped. I am following in this community in the regards to that legal matter in Pennsylvania that has its roots in the Sebastian Rogers case, until Granny's Watching on YouTube and Barbecue Lady on TikTok get their money. The case is precedent setting. An anti-SLAPP, the first ever anti-SLAPP case in the state of Pennsylvania after they passed the legislation. And Granny and Barbecue Lady won their anti-SLAPP. And when that judgment is finally made, not only attorney's fees, up to 3 times their attorney's fees, Barbecue Lady and Granny's Watching. Not only that, but punitive damages as well. And the settling of that precedent-setting case that can impact YouTubers, if not worldwide, at least nationwide. That's why I'm over there. But all of this shit happens while you're over there. Now, last night when Elevated Truth Podcast went live and addressed this issue, my emotions as one who has survived childhood sexual molestation were off the charts. My empathy for him, my disdain, abhorrence, and anger towards those such as Moon and her kind, my anger towards my abuser that had been put away and compartmentalized in a little box on a shelf. But out of respect and adoration for Elevated Truth Podcast, I stuck with him. I heard him out, what he had to say about all of this. Therefore, also having heard the scum that thought it was funny, I've made my decision this morning, most definitely, while my emotions are once again calm. So back to where I started with this. To anyone and everyone. Lip Lock No More, Susan Brewer, stands firmly with, beside, and if necessary, in front of. Although I don't think that would be the case, because Elevated Truth Podcast is a strong man. But I stand with him, beside him, and if necessary, in front of him. Now, Elevated Truth Podcast, when I was saying a while ago, y'all don't go watch these channels, I don't mean him. He's very funny. He does a lot of satire. He smokes weed. He's autistic. He's adopted. I'm giving you these points about him so that if there's one thing there that catches your interest, maybe you're adopted. Maybe you were molested as a child. Maybe you smoke weed. Maybe you enjoy Saturday Night Live style skits. This guy will even put on ridiculous costumes to make us laugh. So I recommend him. But the others that I have mentioned here, I strongly recommend for your own well-being that you stay away from them. In the end, you're all grown-ups. You make your own choices, do your own research, develop your own opinions. Okay? Now, let me go bump the air conditioner up one notch because it just kicked on and I'm sure the noise is irritating to you. And I also want to put my glasses on and just say howdy for a minute. And then I got to get this pot roast in the oven or it's not going to be done in time for supper. I'm going to try to scroll. Or you know what, babies? Give me 1 minute. Let me go get my laptop. And that way I can see your chat better. And I can scroll on it without messing up. There's going to be a tiny rattle of aluminum foil. So watch your ears. I'm going to move you over here. And if y'all want to, you just hang out and chat. My regular viewers know how this goes. I've got, y'all, this counter over here. Looky here, before I go get that laptop. Did y'all have these when you were little? everybody knows that's been watching or paying attention to me here any of late knows that I've been washing walls. And these little teacups, they go up on a shelf over the door. And it was the last thing I did yesterday evening. So they've got to go back up and with their little teapot. This isn't old. This was given to me by some clients for Christmas a number of years ago. But these here, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. Okay, I'm going to go get my laptop to where I can see y'all. Behave yourselves. I'll be right back. Got my charger here just in case, because we started out, like I said, with a pretty low charge. So, hi, my name is Susan. Welcome to Lip Lock No More. We are a braless kitchen cult, although today I did bra up. And as always, I forgot to turn off my notifications. As you can tell, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just an old lady in Arkansas that likes to go on YouTube once in a while and jack my jaws. I see Down Under with Love. And I see Flies on the Coleslaw. Cotton Candy 65, Angie's Life, Kim Holmes. Tammy's Eat Real Paranormal Investigations. Hilda Norway. Outdoorsy Life. Carrie, honey. Okay, who have I missed? I feel like I missed somebody here. I said, Bill Shaw, behaving oneself is overrated. Absolutely. Russell Lemaster, absolutely. Keep your eyeballs peeled. Could come at any moment. Hey, Bill Shaw, good to see you from South Carolina, buddy. Welcome to Arkansas. Okay. Carrie, damn it, Carrie, you could have left Jay up there to where I could have had somebody to come sideways at. Well, first of all, Jay, fuck you. I don't know who the fuck you are. In the words of Brittany J, who even are you? I don't even know who you are. I ain't never seen you in my chat. I ain't never seen you in anybody's chat, Jay. And I don't recall asking your motherfucking opinion, cocksucker. Are you subbed up? Shit breath? You got dingleberries hanging off your balls? Or are you a female Jay? You might be a female Jay. Why don't you go wash your ass and get the hell out of here, go somewhere else. Or stay, I don't care. Whichever way you want to do it, Jay. In the meantime, bitches, let's get us. I'm unplugging in. I don't. Who the fuck invited Jay to begin with? I didn't invite that son bitch. Did y'all invite that motherfucker over here? The fuck? Now listen. Y'all know the party is always open over here. But by God, if you're going to come up in my chat and insult my ass in my own house, you better have wiped your nasty feet before you walked in the door, cocksucker. Fuck you. How you like me now? Yeah. Now I gotta wash my hands again. I don't know one of my mama's favorite sayings, or one of my favorite sayings of my mama's. She had a lot of them, one-liners. She was great with them. I'm sure this is one y'all have heard before. When I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. Jay. I almost dumped you. Almost dumped you. Please feel free to chat amicably amongst yourselves while this here old lady gets a pot roast going. Pot roast for me and Paul. I'll get it together here directly. Do you, Bill? You need a shower after that? John McKinney, hello, darling. John McKinney, we're making a pot roast. I got the laptop over yonder to where I can't have everything all together here because I got too much stuff on the counter right now. But I'm trying to get together a pot roast, John McKinney. While I was just talking some smack too. Anyway, how y'all been doing? Everybody been all right? See that shelf right there? That's where them little teacups and that little teapot goes. How come my chat ain't moving over here? My chat's moving on the laptop, but it ain't moving on the phone. y'all been behaving? Yeah, that's right. Tell 'em flies on the coleslaw. Click that thumbs up before you, show a little appreciation before you, tell 'em. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo, one day I spied a young cowgirl dressed up in white linen. Wrapped up in white linen, as cold as the clay. I see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. You see by my outfit that I'm a cowboy too. So this is what is called peeling the carrots. So did anybody see my little video that I uploaded this morning? The little video I uploaded that was titled, "What the Actual Fuck I Want Credit," rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Did y'all see that already? If you hadn't, how come? How come you hadn't? What's the matter with you? Anyway, I ain't talked about, because I ain't watched nor listened to, the infamous Jody Sue Brown in quite some time. I reckon I might have to go back over yonder and start perusing. Of course, it'll be same shit, different day like it always is with Jody Sue Brown. But if you hadn't seen my little video, let's see, how was it I ended up? Oh, it was this morning and I was cleaning the litter boxes. All 8 of them. And yes, I've sanitized my hands several times since then. Some of you's probably thinking I need to sanitize my mouth. Well, if I wanted your advice, I'd ask for it. Anyway, don't hold me to this. Of course, you wouldn't know if I was lying or not. But don't hold me to this, but I think I got bored. And I needed some background noise. So I just did the thing where you view channel. I was just going to look at her titles and see if I could get an inkling of what she'd been up to here of late. I mean, I know a little bit because I look at Sammy Sparrow's community posts and whatnot, which are always really good. But, you know, I got tired of the same shit, different day, Jody Sue Brown. And she don't make any difference here nor there anyway when it comes to Summer Wells. But I got in the habit there for a little while. Hang on, y'all. There's a hair on the edge of my sink and I want to get rid of it. Anyway, so Of course, when you tap view channel, that's what happens. You go to their homepage, right? Well, the name of her channel has always been, as long as I've been paying any attention to her, which has been off and on for 4 years, Jody Sue Brown. That's the name of her channel, Jody Sue Brown, period. Well, this morning, and I don't know when she made the change, but this morning it said Jody Sue Brown, JSB, and then in parentheses, in quotations, AKA, wait, in parentheses, AKA, then quotations, the neighbor. Bitch, Jody Sue Brown, I want credit. I am the one that donned you with I cloaked you with the mantle of the neighbor in the shorts that I make about you, biatch. Now, I know anybody pays any attention to you or ever has paid any attention to you, not just on YouTube, but on Facebook and probably your whole damn life, knows that you have no imagination whatsoever, no original thought, and you totally lack in creativity. So if you're going to steal my name for you, the neighbor, at least you did me the courtesy of putting it within quotation marks so that anybody with any lick of sense or any kind of education would know you weren't the one that said the neighbor. Because when it's in quotation marks, you're quoting somebody else, bitch, ain't you? You're quoting me, you know, cult leader. Anyway, if you hadn't seen my video, you need to go watch it and give me a thumbs up, or you can give me a thumbs down, because guess what? The bots at YouTube don't know the fucking difference. As far as the bots at YouTube are concerned, it's all interaction with the channel. It's called engagement. Thumbs down do me just fine. Guess what else, Jay, and anybody else that might have clicked on over here? You don't have to watch the whole video for me to get the view. The minute you clicked it, that very instant, the bots at YouTube gave me a view. Y'all need to learn it. Y'all ain't very good at this. Some of y'all need to understand how YouTube itself works. Then you do a whole lot better with shit like that. Of course, if you wanted my advice, I reckon you'd ask for it. I got 2 more taters to peel. Y'all behave yourselves. Is that the moon I see over there in the west? Or just a headlight beam from the old express? I know that he's gone. Whatever I say, I know it won't be long until I've made my mind. Whoops. I'll pick that peeling up here directly. I don't want to have to wash my hands again. Until I've made my mind. Get out the way. To go away. Bum, bum. Look at that fool out on the trestle. He's a blind old man and he can't hear the whistle. He can't go up. He can't go back. A train come along and blew him off of the track. Well, other winds may blow, and other storms may rise. Still I long to go out where the lightning flies. I know that he's gone. Whatever I say, I know it won't be long until I made my mind to go away. All right. And I apologize if y'all can hear the TV in the background. My sweetheart came home at 11:30. Ever since he retired, he only works a half a day. Anyway, he's sitting in his easy chair with the cat on his lap and watching TV on the Roku. All right, then. That's some bitch air may not. I might need me some more tin foil. It's filled up more than I had anticipated. Anywho, so it's just a nice big pretty chunk of roast, 4 little taters and 2 carrots. Pot roast for 2. Salt. Don't use much of this. I don't, because my sweetheart's on high blood pressure medication. He's had a stroke. Matter of fact, he's had 2 of them. Still gets up and goes to work every damn day, except Saturday and Sunday. Ground white pepper to taste. Ground oregano to taste. I like my pot roast a little bit more like Italian beef. Come on. Well, might be a little bit more than to taste, but we'll really taste it now, that's for sure. Rub it in a little bit. Rub it in, rub it in. Rub it in, rub it in. A little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of onion powder. I've already got the oven set to a slow oven, which I don't know technically, right off the top of my head, I don't remember the exact temperature that they call a slow oven. But for me, that's 250 degrees, because when it comes to roasting meat or fowl, I personally have found in my over 7 decades of life that whatever I was going to say, slow oven. It's going to come out more tender and more juicy if you cook it for a longer time at a less heat. So this is going to go in the oven on 250 degrees for about 3 hours, maybe 4. And that's it. And I do need more foil. And then we're going to go out on the front porch. I'm going to smoke a cigarette and look at your chat, see if there's anything I've missed that I needed to pay attention to. Now, off the top of my head, the Brandon Isbell trial in Memphis, Tennessee is ongoing today, and it is being broadcast live on Court TV. I'm not going to cover it, but I am going to remind you of it from time to time as long as it's going on. My heart I can't handle it. Emotionally, I can't handle it. Y'all that's been over here for a while, you know that after the Audrey Cunningham case down in Texas, I came on and I told y'all, I said, babies, now is when we're going to shift lanes. Like I told Jens a year or year and a half ago, we're going to start shifting lanes and this channel's going to become something different. Y'all, it's been around for a while. You remember that. The Audrey Cunningham case in Texas absolutely broke me emotionally. I mean, I was broke down for like 2-3 days up here. And right then and there is when I said, nope, I can't do this anymore. I can't. So, but the cases that I have addressed in the past on this channel, that now there's some action going on, something's happening, I will keep up with those and at least let y'all know something is happening. All right. I like to seal it up really good in foil because what happens then is that the steam collects within the foil and it's going to, along with the fat that is marbled through the roast, it's going to make it so good and tender that you don't need a knife to slice it. If you try to lay a good sharp knife on it to slice it, it's just going to fall into pieces. So anyway, and just to keep a little moisture going in the oven, I pour just a little dab of water in there. And I'll pop it in the oven. When supper time comes around, about 4 hours from now, I'll whip out some of that broccoli that I blanched the other day and put in the freezer, and we'll have a little bit of broccoli with our carrots, potatoes, dinner rolls, and beef roast. Now, let me wash my hands. Anybody wants to hang out for, oh, did somebody give me money? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. $6.71, babies. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Whoever that was, thank you. All right, let me wash my hands because I want a cigarette. If you want to hang out, we'll chat for a few minutes and then we're going to say goodbye. It aggravates me that, like I said, on my laptop, the chat is moving and rolling, but here on my phone, it's been hung up on the same chat ever since I went and got the laptop. That's why it's hard for me to tell who's here. Okay, I'm going to unplug it from the charge. If the live goes down suddenly and without explanation, I didn't nod off. Never mind, it's a reference to something you guys don't even know. Never mind, I wish I hadn't even said it. But if the live ends suddenly and without explanation, it means that the battery died. But usually I get a little warning at 15%. So hang on, grab your barf bags, we're fixing to move. Let me look here for a second. Lillian. She my bestie, she my neighbor. She got a big bulldog named Zeus. She got a little blue heeler named Bella. And her friend has a little dog named Bubba Bear. That's my neighbor. I'm making up words to a tune I seem to recall from somewhere else, but that's my neighbor and my bestie, Lillian, the Reinhardt. Boom, ba da da dum. All right. Who else have I missed? Who else have I missed? Hi, Pindar. Okay, let's go smoke. Anybody else want? Hey, you know what? I'm going to give myself a like. I just liked me. Okay, closing the laptop. Let's go smoke for a minute.
Is your dog ready to go for a walk?
What time is it, baby?
1:30.
Yes, she does. Would you mind? I told you guys, you're on camera. I told you he's in his chair with a cat in his lap watching TV. And fortunately, he just reminded me the rescue dog, Rags. Let me flip the lens. Rags, the rescue dog who's in her kennel outside. Usually I walk her at 1 o'clock. So my sweetie's going to walk her for me. This is really making me mad with this chat. How can I chat with chat if my chat is not moving? Hang on, I got to adjust the tripod, so it's going to be kind of bumpy for a minute. She usually just pee-pees at this time, honey, and I give her a dentist stick. I'm grateful he's home and that he thought of it and he's willing to do it. What is going on here? Guys, I'm trying to tighten this up. What is going on? I don't want it tipped up that high. Now I'm getting mad. And I want my chat on here to move like it moves on my laptop. What the hell's going on? Making me mad. Hi, tears ran dry. Baby, I see that's the, is saying to Poppy Red Mustang, good for you, Poppy Red Mustang, and you know that it isn't easy. And Poppy Red Mustang, Cotton Candy 65. Hi, Jessica. Baby, hi, PG. What's going on? Poppy, baby, what's going on? Hilda Norway. Okay. I'm not exactly, and you don't need to, don't put anything personal, baby, you know, but okay. Poppy. Oh, honey, I wish I hadn't started smoking in front of you then. I hope it doesn't make you want to. Poppy Red Mustang, you go, girl, you go. Golly gee whiz. since I couldn't see all of the chat and hadn't been looking at it, I didn't realize what you were talking about. And there for a few moments, I was like, oh no, something has happened. Poppy Red Mustang, now that I think about it, actually, darling, I believe that you announced over here that either like within a day or two after you having quit. Hi, Mari. Pandar, you traded smoking for vaping, still nicotine, but you can breathe better now. Bob has a vape for nicotine, and once in a great while, I'll take a hit off of it. The only good thing I can say about my smoking is that it takes me about 2.5 days to go through a pack of cigarettes. So I guess the only thing that I can say good about it is I'm not what would be called a heavy smoker. Hilda Norway, you can go, girl. Yeah, good for you. Hilda said, I do not care what you think. Either you apply to get him checked out or I will get it done without you. Yeah. I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore, and I know too much to go back and pretend. I've been down this road before, and I found that love is more. Now he is diagnosed, and he has gotten medication to help him. I'm so proud of you. You go, girl. I am so proud of you. Poppy, you were up to a pack and a half a day before you quit. Well, I say to myself, of course, at my age, I said to myself, you know, if cigarettes ever go up to 35 cents a pack, I'm going to quit smoking. And I went through extended years of my life that I did not smoke. Like I didn't, the moment I found out I was pregnant, put cigarettes down, never smoked ever when I was pregnant or nursing my babies. And then I'd take a spell where I'd quit for like 9 months or a year, and then I'd be, it's back in my drinking days, and I'd be at the tavern or the American Legion or wherever, and everybody's smoking and I'm having a beer and I'd bum a cigarette. The next thing you know, yeah, there you go. But I don't drink anymore, so that helps. PG Little girl. Baby, I'm sorry, a while ago I didn't see the girl part. Poppy Red Mustang, I'd save a lot too, baby. Hi, Ann. You started again, baby? I vape THC. I don't smoke the flower anymore. And that has helped with some of, you know, the old smoker's cough and stuff like that. Carrie, you're about 15 cigarettes a day. Some days you smoke a whole pack, baby, huh? Tears ran dry, quit for good in 2013. Good for you, baby. Y'all, my problem is I enjoy them too much. I don't smoke out of angst. Well, if something upsets me, then I want to go have a cigarette. So I should not say that. That's not completely true. I'm not the type that like, oh my gosh, I have to hurry up and get to where I can have a cigarette, like a nicotine fit. I don't have that. I literally enjoy it. And of course it, you know, does all the dopamine and all that stuff. I ain't no expert, so I don't know. Yeah, Carrie, you enjoy it too, honey. Yeah. And so that makes it tougher. Like if I was disgusted by it, or now we don't smoke in the house, obviously. And here's a weird thing. I absolutely detest the smell of cigarette smoke. I wash my hands right after I smoke a cigarette. unless I put it out and we're on a live, and then I end the live and do it. But Carrie, honey, I am noticing that there are a number of messages that are being held for review. Now, I don't know, and that's because, honey, I've changed some of the settings, and I have added some words in words that are not allowed in chat, but Carrie and other mods as well. And thank you all mods for being here, as well as everybody that's listening or watching. After you, Carrie and other mods, I leave that discretion up to you. If there's my girl. Let me flip the camera and let you see Rags. There's our big rescue dog. The vet's coming on the 10th of October to give her annual checkup and give her her shots and all of that business. Mommy don't have the treat. Daddy's got the treat. Daddy's got the treat. Go with Daddy. Gonna go back to her kennel. I forgot what I was saying, but I wanted to see what I can scroll here. Pam Fogel says, Susan, my daughter quit smoking when found out she was pregnant, but started again after had babies. She quit about 7 years ago, but does vape now, and so do you, Pam. Yeah. And you've been missing Rags. She's doing great. Can you believe? Let's see. This will be her 3rd annual checkup, and of course, we'd only had her like at a month. When Dr. Sarton came for the first round. So we've had her 2 years now. What are you going to do when you find an abandoned dog that's sick in the middle of an intersection? Even if you haven't had a dog and you don't really know what you're doing. Well, you rescue the dog, then you do your best to find out if it has an owner, if anybody's missing her. And then when you discover that no one is, and a few weeks have passed and you've bonded with the little critter, the last thing you want to do is take her to the shelter. So she's been here with us. Hello, my ranch. And I thought so, honey. I thought so that you had been here. PG little girl, honey, that's hi, Chroma Reels. That's, you rescued a kitten. Good, good, good. We're still taking care of 16 rescued cats. Baby, you were talking about the games that Candace Bly Wells is playing right now. Now, I don't. If she goes live and it pops up, because I am sub to her channel, Can. But she doesn't hardly ever pop up in the feed or the algorithm. And I don't think to search her out. So I've seen several of her lives. Other than that, everything is hearsay for me. It's mostly White Boy Lockdown Radio that I have listened to in regards to Candace's antics, or I think you used the word game, darling. And sweetheart, I made a video about it last week. It's here on the channel, and it will tell you what I think. So what I'm about to say, love, is not directed at you, okay? It's just a general statement, and it is the title of the video. Where is Candace? D-I-L-L, Dillagaff. Do I look like I give a fuck? And baby, the reason for that is it doesn't find Summer. It doesn't tell us what happened to her. It doesn't tell us where she is. It doesn't tell us if she's alive or dead. It just adds more silt to already muddy waters. So, sweetheart, as far as I'm concerned, Candace Blywell's antics are par for the course for her. In my opinion, she has the mentality of about an 11 to 14-year-old girl. And her brain has been addled for years through substance and alcohol abuse. The only thing I care about Candace is if she knows anything other than what she portrays to know. I care that she goes to law enforcement and tells them, and if she has no knowledge, if what she has told us is true, then I care for her as a human being who has a missing child. I don't know which it is. I wish we did, because then I would know how to feel about her. I can't hold her in disdain because of alcohol abuse. I've been a drunk myself in my younger years. I wasn't the best mom, although I did not neglect nor abuse my children. But I was somewhat self-centered when my children were young. I'm ashamed of that. I can't hold her in disdain for the abuse of illicit substances. I myself am a reformed, or they say that as long as you are off of it, you are still considered recovering. I haven't done a line of cocaine since September the 25th of 1985. But for 3 years, I was a cocaine addict. I've done just about every illicit substance that a person can imagine that an almost 75-year-old woman could have done in her lifetime. I can't hold that against her. So sometimes, all the time actually, I don't know what to think, because I'm split down the middle on it. There's part of me that thinks that she knows exactly what happened, or at least a good portion of it. And then there's another part of my brain that thinks that she is the mother of a missing child, and that I should have compassion for her because of that. It's a tightrope. I don't enjoy walking it. So, honey, I hope you take that in the spirit that it is intended, and that is with love and respect to you and your question. Okay? All right, darlings. Let's get us a little dab of reading in here. We've been on here 1 hour and 5 minutes. And as my regular viewers are accustomed to hearing me say, I like to keep it at around an hour. Let me see if I can just flip a few pages and see if I can find something from, we'll do a little cold reading here, from Getting the Most Out of Life. The reason I do this is I do not like to say goodbye to my viewers, leaving them on a sour note or feeling kind of down or whatever, you know. So we work in a little something here at the end that maybe will leave you a little feeling a little bit better about stuff. Let me see. All right, let's see what this has to say. From page 107 and 108 of Getting the Most Out of Life, an anthology published by the Reader's Digest in 1946, 4 years before I was born. I'm going to keep reminding y'all of that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to remind y'all a lot this upcoming month. The 30th of October is my 75th birthday. As I have mentioned on this channel in the past, 75 years is 3/4 of a century. Anyway, if I take a notion and I've got the gumption, I'll go live at least on my birthday so that y'all can ridicule me over my age. All right, we're going to read the last few paragraphs. We have no idea what came before, but the writing is called Making Habits Work for You. There's a fly on my camera, on my phone. It's making me mad. Making Habits Work for You, condensed from Psychology, briefer course, written by William James. If we let our emotions evaporate, they get into a way of evaporating. Similarly, if we often flinch from making an effort, before we know it, the effort-making capacity is gone. And if we suffer the wandering of our attention, presently it will wander all the time. As the fourth practical maxim, we may then offer something like this. Keep the faculty of effort alive in you by a little gratuitous exercise every day. That is, be systematically aesthetic or heroic in little unnecessary points. Do every day or two something for no other reason than that you would rather not do it, so that when the hour of dire need draws nigh, it may find you nerved and trained to stand the test. The end. Now, it's not the end of the story, it's just the end of the reading. As we have learned from the very same book, from the famous or infamous, however you choose to look upon him, Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, from any experience, take only the wisdom from it and stop there. Now, I still haven't seen Chroma Chronicles in this chat, but I'm going to go ahead and sing this song that she asked for. I say she. I don't know if Chroma Chronicles is male or female, to be honest. But it's been requested, so I'm going to do a couple of lines of it. No reference to cocaine. And maybe Chroma Chronicles will catch it, or maybe I can spot her in a live chat, or them in a live chat somewhere, and let them know that I did at their request. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby flagged a diesel down just before it rained, and drove us all the way to New Orleans. So I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana, and I was playing soft, and Bobby sang the blues. With them windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine, and we sang every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. And feeling good was good enough for me, for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mines to the California sun, here Bobby sang the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything we done, well, Bobby, baby, kept me from the cold. And then one day near Selena's Port, I let him slip away. He's searching for that home. God, I hope he finds it. But I'd trade all my tomorrows for one single yesterday. Holding Bobby's body next to mine. Holding Bobby's body next to mine. Babies, as you go throughout your day, in your life, as well as on the mean streets of YouTube, don't ever forget you have a superpower called kindness. Use it. But throw it not frivolously nor willy-nilly to the motherfuckers that don't deserve it. Now be good and get off my front porch. I got shit to do. Thank you for being here. Where's the thing? Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free.